Good evening and welcome. So we are joined by the wonderful Kosta Makreas. I hope I pronounced your surname correct.
It's close.
All right, I'm good at getting them wrong.
I get it wrong daily.
Yeah, I get my own name wrong. Deb, your mic's off.
No, it's on again now. I'd say right. Makreas.
Close. Makreas, yeah.
Makreas.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we was having the other vowel. Vowel. Is it?
Vowel. Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
It's Friday.
You gave me an extra syllable. How can I complain? Makreas.
Yeah.
It's a freebie. I'll take it.
Sounds cool.
Cool. Right, we'll all agree on that then. Right, so I will do a quick introduction and then we'll jump straight in.
Yes.
So Kosta Makreas is a founder of the ETLetsTalk.com, the ETLetsTalk community, the People's Disclosure Movement, the People's Love Alliance, and the Global CE5 Initiative. Kosta is an international networker and creative artist working on behalf of harmonious relations between our life forms. He was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana in 1953. In 1977, he earned a BA in computer science from Indiana University, which led to a successful 4-decade software consulting career in Silicon Valley. Most importantly, he has been a dedicated spiritual activist since his teenage years. As a young man, Kosta became fascinated with the mysteries of the universe, teaching himself astrology, mediation, astronomy, and reading widely on UFOs, comparative religion, science fiction, spirituality, Atlantis, and many other metaphysical topics.
Fascinating.
Very.
Yeah. It's been a good life so far, and more to come.
Excellent.
Thank you for having me on this on the show here. I appreciate it.
Thank you
for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it.
So I'm going to ask you first question because I want to know right from the beginning, going right back, what was the one thing that made you get started into all this? What was your one experience?
I go back all the way to my childhood, where the seed was planted. I grew up in the American Midwest, a very conservative part of the country, but nonetheless, I was interested in the sky all the time, and that set the foundation for what I'm doing now. I had a telescope. I was interested in astronomy and science fiction, and back then in the 60s, I'm a bit older than both of you. In the 60s, NASA was doing the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo missions. And yes, we did go to the moon, but that's a whole other topic.
Right.
So my eyes were always on the stars, is what I'm saying. Reading about it, looking at them. One day I picked up a book, my very first book on UFOs, that was written by one of the contactees of the 50s and 60s and 70s movement here in the U.S. I'm not sure when these movements began in other countries, but in the U.S. that was an amazing period post Roswell, where a lot of people were having contact, writing books, getting ridiculed, breaking all the new ground.
Yeah.
I picked up one of those books and I saw pictures of a UFO, and I was immediately smitten. And I said, I know they're here. This was before photoshopping too. I mean, in the early 60s. So though there were people faking some stuff, this was real for me. And I said to myself, I want more. So I read what I could. Now, fast forward to really focus on the answer to your question. In 2006, here in California, in the San Francisco Bay Area, I decided to look up UFOs to see what was going on currently, because I had dropped my interest for most of my life after that initial book, in order to have a very conventional life. I'd like to tell everybody I'm pretty ordinary. I got a degree, got married, had children, got divorced, got remarried, and I wound up here in the Bay Area. And that one afternoon, I discovered a group of people who were making human-initiated contact 4 hours north of where I lived in Mount Shasta in Northern California. So I asked my wife to come with me, and she said, no, I have a couple of businesses to run. It's a huge universe. I go with my support. I believe that they're here, but it's not personal to me. So I went off for 6 days, and during the time I spent with 40 people there, night after night, as we were making our close encounters of the fifth kind contact, I had 3 experiences that week that really changed my life. I'll describe the most up close and personal one. And that was one night after our group had finished making contact that night, and we had a good night. Most of the people left. It was near midnight. They went back to their hotels. But about 10 of us stood around in this clearing at the foot of Mount Shasta, a majestic mountain, surrounded by trees. And we were talking about what had happened that night, when someone pulled on my sleeve and said, look over there. And I looked about, I would say 6 to 8 feet from me near the ground. And this sphere was materializing about 3 foot diameter. Near the ground, just slowly fading in. It wasn't supposed to be there. I'd never expected anything like this. But it sat there floating without any noise, no vibration, no heat, nothing else. And it was opaque. I could not look into it. Everyone around me was talking about it. We were kind of whispering like, WTF, what the heck's going on here? We knew we were part of something amazing, which was likely resulting from the contact we had been making as a group earlier that night. When we get in a circle, we meditate and we visualize, and then things happen, and suddenly this was happening. It was there floating. Someone in the circle said that they had just received a telepathic message from a being inside that small sphere, which, by the way, later on, as we talked about it, we think it was really part of a much larger craft.
Right.
But the whole craft had not materialized, maybe only this small portion. So the person told us, one of our friends said, I just got a telepathic message from the being inside there. It says that they're scientists and they're here to study the human energy system. And that made a lot of sense to me, because that's what humans do, right? We explore, we research, we study, and nobody was afraid or anything. It's like, okay, this is a scientific expedition. Wonder what's going to happen next. Standing next to me was a woman who I call Gloria, not her real name, who I'd gotten to know during the week. She's a very good psychic. But I turned to talk to her as I'm looking at this thing, along with 9 other people, by the way, 9 other sober adults. We weren't smoking anything funny or ingesting anything. This was as real as it gets, in a surreal kind of way. But I turned to Gloria to talk to her, and she didn't answer, because she was standing there like, I can't stand up on this, but imagine standing straight as a board with her arms out like this, just extended, doing what?
Yeah.
I don't know, parallel. She did that for half an hour. Try holding your
Oh.
hands up for half an hour.
Yeah.
Unless you're a U.S. Navy SEAL in training, you know, for
Yeah.
special ops or something, or Delta Force, you can't really do that easily.
Yeah, it's
No.
So when she was doing that, I stayed next to her in case she showed any signs of discomfort, but she just stood there for that half hour. Finally, she just kind of wavered, and I asked her, "Are you okay?" She said yes, and I asked her, what happened? And this is the story she told me that she repeated to the rest of the group the following afternoon. Because she was very psychic, she was approached telepathically by the being that was in this small spacecraft, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And the being asked her, "May I merge with you to study your energy system?" Now, a lot of people experiencing that would run away with their hair on fire. You want
Yeah.
to merge with me? I don't think so. Hair on fire, run for your car, go back to your motel room, cower under your bed.
Yeah.
That's kind of the program. And I might have been one of those. I don't know. But what she did was just amazing. And again, this was all silent. She negotiated with this being and said, "Yes, you may merge with me, but I have 3 conditions. And the first condition is that I stay awake and aware of my surroundings. I don't want to be knocked out." And the being agreed to that. And her second condition was that as soon as she told the being it's time to go, then it would leave.
Yeah.
The being agreed to that too. Her third condition, and she was not being, what's the word? She was not kidding about this. She said, "No touching my sex equipment," right? My organs, no probing or anything like that, off limits. And the being said, "Okay." So during that half hour when she was standing there is the time when whatever this being was doing is it was merging with her energy body or bodies and studying her. None of us could tell except she was just standing there not making any noise.
Yeah.
Until she wavered, and that's when the being left. And we watched at that point the 3-foot diameter sphere slowly start dematerializing, just fading out like in a Steven Spielberg movie or something, just fading out into the background. And it was gone, just as silently and as quietly as it had come.
Yeah.
And that's my story. I looked at that and I go, okay, what am I going to do with this? All the physics I've studied and my left brain mathematical part says this should not have happened, but it did. There's lots of people here, and it was actually quite pleasant. And I really totally believe my friend over here that this happened to her. So what do I do with this? That changed my life. And this is the long answer to your question, Deb, but I wanted to give it its due because this really was a development, you know? I decided that my thinking, the box in my head had been blown open, and suddenly, if this could happen once to me and to a few other people, just once, then it was totally possible that maybe we didn't know all the physics we think we know, and that it can happen again to anybody else. Because again, we were pretty much ordinary people, not doing anything special, and look what happened. So I decided that I wanted to teach people how to do this kind of visualization and meditation, this kind of contact, and also to get on the internet and start organizing groups of people to synchronize and build a group field to make it even more powerful. That's the beginning of the People's Disclosure Movement and ETLetsTalk.
Yeah. So that's what we'd call CE5 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Those are human-initiated, interactive encounters, conversations with star people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool. Right. Can I ask the next question? It's part of one of the talking points that you sent over. So what is the relationship of the star people to us?
The ones that we're in contact with, and there are quite a few races, and over the last 16 years that I've been doing this mission, we've had a lot of encounters with them. We're in telepathic communication with them. So we know a little bit about what they tell us that they're up to. In the beginning, what they said to me personally, when I first made telepathic contact with them, was that not to look upon them. We are not to look upon them as gods. You know, human beings really don't do well with religion. In other words, they start killing each other
Yeah.
and torturing and maiming each other over small and large differences of opinion. So they said, we're not gods. Think of us as family. We're elder brothers, sisters, and cousins.
Yeah.
And that sat right with me very much. And the messages we've received over the years is they love us. I can give you example after example of myself and other people in our worldwide community who've had encounters that were very loving.
Yeah.
And so I can unequivocally say that the star people that we're in contact with are here out of concern for us, because it doesn't take a genius to see there are probably 6 different ways that we could end all life on Earth, you know, at the point that we're at right now, right?
Well,
however, what they tell us is that they're here to help us make a breakthrough instead of a breakdown.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. There are a couple of questions relating to that. Do you want to do one of them, Deb?
Yes. Just let me flick my thing over. There we go.
Yeah.
Nicknames wanting to know, what is Kosta's most profound experience?
Well, you know, the one that I just mentioned, where I saw with my own eyes this small starship appear in the company of other people, I think was the most profound. And I'll tell you why. The beings that chose to manifest that way, at least for my part, did it in the best way possible for me. I was with other people. There was no fear involved. There was nothing really dramatic like a starship swooping in or vibrations or whatever. Nothing wrong with any of that. But this was a very quiet, just kind of like rub your eyes, am I seeing what I'm seeing kind of encounter that was very acceptable to me. That I could understand, and that was clearly so different from anything that had ever happened that I would immediately question it and go, okay, I didn't make this up. This doesn't fit into the boxes I've had.
Yeah.
So I've got to do something new with it. And that's what led to, basically us having this conversation now, 16 years later, that I decided I want more of this. I want to teach people. I want to have a community where we share all this stuff. That was the most profound. There's one other that comes in second, if I'm allowed. Do I have time? Yeah.
Go ahead.
During that same week, the 6 nights and days that I was learning to make this contact with, it was a group of 40 to 50 people, actually.
Right.
Not only did I have the experience that I just described to you, but every morning I had another experience. And how that happened was that every morning I would get on the phone and talk to my wife, who was back in the San Francisco Bay Area. She was the woman who said, look, I've got businesses to run. She was an entrepreneur, and it's not personal to me, but go with my blessing, have a good time. I believe they're here, but it's got nothing to do with me. So I said, fine, thank you. Well, I was calling her every morning saying, you'll never believe what we saw the night before, So we were watching orbs in the trees. We were watching zigzagging lights in the skies. We were pointing lights up at them. They were flashing back at us. All kinds of stuff that I was relating to her because it was all new to me. Along about the 4th morning, just before I could start my talking on my phone call, she says, wait a minute, stop there. I've got a story to tell you. I thought to myself, wow, what could be more exciting than what I have? I'm just kidding about that. My jaw did drop, as we say here in the States. My jaw dropped and I go, yeah, what's up? She said that here in our home, about actually 20 feet, 6 meters from where I'm sitting in our bedroom here at home, she had just turned out the light. Now, let me back up and say, by the way, she's a professional clairvoyant. She has internal clairvoyant sight, and she's been psychic since she was like 3 years old and on and on.
Yeah.
So what I'm about to describe is not a psychic experience. She has very good night vision. So what I'm about to describe, she saw with her naked eyes.
Yeah.
She turned off the light, settled down into bed, ready to go to sleep. But at the foot of the bed, suddenly there are these 4, maybe 5 figures standing at the foot of the bed, staring at her, like out of nowhere. They were 3.5-ish feet tall. large heads, I guess almond-shaped, big eyes, maybe a slit for nose, and she really couldn't see them out, but they were luminous and white, and they're at the end of the bed. The lower part of them was obscured by the end of the bed, so that I believe they were physical enough that something physical like the end of the bed would hide the lower part of their bodies, because what she saw was the big head, a skinny neck, arms and shoulders, and part of a torso, but not the lower half. So she assumed they were bipedal. I don't know why, but it didn't matter. Did they have legs or not? Did they have 4 or 5? Didn't matter, because they were sitting there staring at her. And you also have to understand, she's the person who has no imagination, no interest in science fiction. Even though she was like a NASA geek when she was young, that was about space exploration that we know of, human-made exploration. Nothing about life out there and visiting it or speculating about it, whatever. No imagination, by her own admission. But here, this thing was happening to her. Boom. 4 beings, maybe a 5th one behind them, staring at her. And she heard in her mind the words, "Who are you?" in this sing-song fashion.
Right, yeah.
And she was speechless. She felt no fear, but just waves of love that were coming at her from them, just love. And she says, who could be afraid of all that love? But she was speechless. And finally, she thought to ask them something. And the question was, in her mind, she said, where are you from? She believes to this day a better question would have been, how did you get here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, she has a degree in engineering and advanced degrees. So the engineer part of her would have loved to be given some equation or some new propulsion system or some interdimensional warp drive, whatever. But no, she said, where are you from? And telepathically, the answer again came to her, which was very slowly, Arcturus.
Right.
Now, again, she had never been interested in astronomy in the way that I was. So at that moment, she says to me, Kosta, Arcturus, is that a place? I said, oh, yeah, it's a hyper red giant in the constellation Butes, which I'm probably mispronouncing because I never took Latin. But it's astronomy 101, as we would say, very introductory. Yeah, Arcturus is a place. She goes, well, that's what they said. And as soon as they said that to her, they just faded away.
Right.
And in that moment, she said, you know, Kosta, next year, I'm coming with you. It's personal now.
Yeah.
And that's profound, because what I have found in this movement is that whether you have a spouse, a business partner, a family partner, not everybody is going to go along with what just happened to you.
No.
And that has caused not only friction, but breakups of all kinds.
Yeah.
So the fact that this happened to my wife in a very personal way, where she could say to me, next year I'm coming with you, meant a whole lot to me. That was profound. It's like, okay, we're going to be on the same page with all this so that we can move forward with it, do some discovery instead of, you know, butting heads. Like, I saw that. No, you didn't see that. I believe it. No, you don't believe that. You know, and that happens. And my heart goes out to everybody for whom that has happened.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, that was another one of those profound experiences that made this work possible right now, 16 years later.
Excellent.
Cool.
Got a question from Nickname. How do they choose who they communicate with?
I wish I could answer that. I don't have the, one thing I'll say is I don't have the answers to everything. I'm just an organizer with 16 years of experience who asks questions, and sometimes I get answers. I have not asked that question. I might do that next time. Thank you, Nickname, for that. Because I'm sure they have reasons. And of the different races that are encountering us, maybe each of them has their own program and reasons. Even if they're working with each other, they may have slight variations on this.
Yeah.
What I will say is someone will respond. Over the years, we've had hundreds of contact teams with thousands of experiences. We've been doing this month after month as a group, visualizing our worldwide groups and approaching them in our imaginations and through our hearts and asking for communication. So your question, who do they choose to communicate with when we do this as a group or even as individuals? honestly, I can't answer that. But I do know that if you make the attempt with the protocols that we have on the ETLetsTalk.com website and keep making the attempt, sooner or later they will communicate with you.
Yeah.
And they'll do it in a number of creative ways. It won't just be the lights in the sky. It might be weird electrical phenomenon around you. It might be lucid dreams. It might be a touch on your shoulder or your knee when there's nobody around. It might be your smartphone that you powered off, turning itself on and playing a cosmic song that you had forgotten was in your playlist.
Yeah.
That's happened to me.
Really?
Any number of ways that are appropriate. So I encourage you, Nickname, to try the protocol and to have faith that sooner or later that some kind of outreach will be made to you, as it has been made to thousands of others.
Yeah. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right. Another question from Rick Allen, and he would like to know, how can you believe what they say?
Well, you triangulate. We're not just in touch with one group. We get information and we check it with another group. And in the end, what I tell everybody is trust nobody, only your higher self, whatever you want to call it, whatever you believe. If you do believe there's a higher aspect of you, however the label, check in with yourself. You're the ultimate authority. If something doesn't resonate with you, like I say, check with yourself, get your own answers. And if it doesn't resonate right, turn around and walk away. Don't believe me. Don't believe them. Trust your higher knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good answer that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wondered how you were going to answer that. That was a good
no,
answer.
it wasn't. I don't think it was what I was expecting you was going to say, to be honest.
No,
I'm not going to be. What we're doing is not a cult. I'm not sitting there telling anybody you must believe exactly everything I say. That so disgusts me. And there are people in the ufology field who are like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm not one of them. This is what we're doing in the People's Disclosure Movement. It's not a cult. It's a massive group experiment. All of us making our individual contact, doing it as a group, comparing stories, learning.
Yeah.
Each person might have a piece of a jigsaw or a jigsaw piece of a puzzle that if you put it together with someone else, suddenly you see a little bit of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So we're experimenting. We're explorers doing this. And anybody that sticks their heads up and says, you know, I am the only way, you know, believe me, or my way or the highway kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, run away from that because it's bogus. They're just full of ego.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're about. This is the People's Disclosure Movement is a group disclosure. We're not waiting for someone from the government or some other institution of authority to hold a press conference and say, yeah, they're real. We've been in communication with them for 70 years. And we've been making fun of all of you and ridiculing you, destroying your careers, your jobs, your relationships. Sorry about that. You know, nobody is going to be happy with that. So that's why our People's Disclosure Movement, it's about us, the grassroots people, disclosing ourselves. You know, we go from being believers in this thing, and then when we make the contact and we check in with ourselves and we realize, oh, that was real. We go from being believers into knowers, and there's nothing more powerful than being a knower and finding thousands of others like you who are now knowers, and we're doing the disclosure ourselves. And in fact, my star friends did say that in 2019, we did achieve a people's disclosure. So I want that to sink in with people who are waiting for disclosure from someone else that they've given their power to. We've taken our power back. We've spent 10 years making month after month daily contact. And in 2019, we reached a tipping point from what the star people tell me. And again, check this with your own inner knowing. But the star people did say that so many people have now seen them around the world who believe that they exist, that a cover-up by anybody is just no longer possible. You know, the tipping point was reached. We're on the forward end of that tipping point. We are creating the future as we continue to disclose, rather than the past where we were victims of a cover-up that was foisted on us and that took our power away. So we own the future. The other powers may have owned the past, but we own the future now with the People's Disclosure Movement. And I hope that answered the question.
Yes.
Thank
you.
Can I just add what I'm going to do, because I get the newsletters from the ETLetsTalk. I'm going to share that I'm going to share it on my Facebook so that anyone else can have a look at it, and hopefully they'll sign up as well. But it's like we get them. I think it's every 2-3 weeks. Is it that they get sent out?
Oh, we do. I send out a lot of information, and we have webinars and stuff. But the global get together happens monthly. It's happened since 2010, and so people, the registration is free on the website. You'll at the minimum get an email every month saying on an upcoming Saturday during the 24 hours that are nearest the new moon, so that we have a dark sky. Our groups will be getting together, and I keep people updated, and I give them instructions on what to do wherever they are. It's a virtual thing. You don't have to be getting together physically. What I mean.
So, but it says like thousands of people getting together in all around the world and what have you. And it's just out of all the emails that I get that are on a subscription service, yours is one of the only ones that I actually go through. Yeah. And I'm not just saying it.
Thank you.
I do actually go through it, and it's very interesting. It's just the way that you do it, like you've just said, it's different to how everyone else does it.
Yeah.
Because you're not pushing anyone, you're leaving it open for everyone else to make their decision on what they're going to do about it.
Yeah,
that's true. And I'm not shy about, and it's not the word is not pushing, but I'm not shy talking about what I've experienced. That's what I've been doing with you two and with your audience so far. You've been asking, and what I've been telling you is this is my experience.
Yeah.
Nobody has to believe it, nor do I have to believe what you tell me. But if you seem credible to me and grounded, and I kind of check in on myself and it feels right, then I believe you. Yeah. And believe me, I hear daily, because I do networking with hundreds and thousands of people, I hear stories of every kind about contact, stuff that even blows my mind, from people I'll never meet. But I choose to take it all in as information and see how it feels to me. Yeah. So I try to thank you for giving me that feedback, because it's always really instructive to know that the authentic person I'm trying to be with my stories and experiences is coming across that way, as just from me to you, to take it as you want. And if you don't want, again, just walk away and do your own exploration. If you're going to walk away, or even if you stay with this, do your own exploration, because it's more fun that way. Instead of just hearing about it, it's doing it yourself.
No, but I do enjoy it. So cheers, thank you. Right, right. Because you're only on for an hour, do you want to take a break, or do you want to keep going?
I'm okay if you are.
Yeah. You okay, Deb?
I'm fine. Yeah.
We've hit the half-hour mark. That's all.
Well, do you need a break? I've been talking at you. Eyes glazed over. Oh God. Will this guy shut up? Yeah.
I don't work weekends, so I'll have a break after we've been Christmas shopping. So
you're troopers.
Can't wait.
You can't wait to do the shopping, or for it to be over?
Oh, the shopping. The shopping.
Both.
Both. Yeah. That's very honest. It's all true.
Yeah. I wish I'd got a pair of roller skates, because I've got to go shopping tomorrow. I really haven't got the energy.
I think Amazon just needs to open a big shop and not online. So actually see what I need to get and not guess.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Well, may the force be with you. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you. I'll need it at least. Right. Anyway, moving on. So next question is from Nickname again, and she would like to know, what have they done to show their purpose or agenda?
That's an excellent question. When we have some experiences, I'll mention one where they demonstrably show us visually something that I take to heart as a message which shows their intention. At Mount Shasta, again, in a group of 40, 50 people one night where it was overcast, but we were still outside. It was miserably cold, but we did our meditation. And right above our circle in the sky, we had cleared a circle in the sky. There were still clouds elsewhere, but there's this round black area with stars that had not been there before the 40 minutes that our group sat down to do our CE5 protocol.
Right.
So we're looking up at the stars and we see a flashing object up there, which we believe was a craft because there was no star that was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And then inside that circle, these clouds started appearing, like a wispy white, it's not smoke, but cloud-like.
Yeah.
And over the course of a minute or two, it kept moving and getting thicker and bigger, and it had formed a giant heart.
Oh, right.
Literally in the sky before our eyes, a heart formed, you know. And one of the members of our circle shouted out to us, "Hey, I just got a telepathic message from that ship up there, and they say, we love you." Ooh. Now, they didn't shoot down a death ray to destroy us, right? Or do anything else. They showed us a heart. And that's just, I want to say, one example of experiences that I and others in our groups have that show intention that is benevolent.
Yeah.
And we go with that. We don't receive, and we have thousands of members. In fact, the People's Disclosure Movement has more than 1 million members around the planet. You know, we are bigger than anybody imagines. And that's part of my message is that if you think that you're alone with an experience that, you know, you have had, you know, you're not. You need to find a community. There's many communities, but if you find one like ours at ETLetsTalk.com, you realize you really are part of something bigger that's happening. And you have a lot more friends and people who will listen to you than you could ever imagine, even if the person next to you who's close to you shuts you off and shuts you down. Again, you have the community to make new friends that are along the lines of what you just experienced.
Yeah.
So I rely on the information that comes from other teams. And usually it's their experiences of wonder. When you talk about an agenda, people have been healed, and there have been studies done about this, where I think it was almost 50% in one study of more than 4,000 people who had encounters, more than almost half of them had literally had a healing experience from their encounter with star people. Some of them, a total remission of a cancer all over their body. Some, you know, a migraine that had never gone away, suddenly gone forever, and on and on. So my point there again is going by the anecdotal evidence, the experiences of others in our community. When you get stories of healing like this, that shows good intention. That shows an agenda of we're here to help you. We're here to help you take the next step. We're here to help you not destroy your planet. It's a really nice nest, you know, and stop fouling it. And they tell us that they're here to mentor us, not to fix our problems for us, because by doing that, they would deprive us of our own spiritual, and I use spiritual not in a religious way, but our own evolutionary growth. We've got to fix the problems as humans that we created, that we're able to fix. But they have told us in many messages that they are here like an elder brother, sister, or a cousin that you trust to mentor us. If we have questions, need some guidance, they're there to offer it. They're engaged with us. They're not just, at least most of them that we've contacted, are not just sitting back watching us destroy ourselves. They're here in an active way if we request the help, because they won't violate our free will. But if we request the help, they're here in a way to be partners with us, to co-create a golden age. Because what I believe is that the reason they've made it to the stars and have journeyed to a planet like ours is they probably overcame a lot of the same problems that we've overcome. They survived and they went out into the cosmos, and they're now able through their experience to very genuinely help other life forms achieve success. And we're right at the end of that, right at the edge of that, right? I mentioned before, I really believe we're going to make a breakthrough. It won't be easy. It won't be short, but we'll make a breakthrough instead of the breakdown. And that's why they're here by their millions now, to help us along that way. And those are the messages we've gotten from them. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you very much. It does.
Can I just put one of the pictures up you sent?
Yes, let's be looking at the picture.
So which one do you want to do first?
Well, hold off on the picture. I'll tell the story. It's the one with me and all my friends around me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the audience out there, what I had supplied Andy and Deb with a picture of one of my experiences, which actually happened during that same week that I've been talking about to everyone, where I had these other two experiences. I'm about to describe the third one I had. One afternoon after our meditation group, again at Mount Shasta in Northern California, we finished our afternoon session. People were taking pictures of one another because you make new friends. Hey, take a picture. Let me stand in the forest. Yeah. Someone showed me a picture of them. And what was weird was there were these two orbs floating behind the person. And I asked, what's that? What are those? First time I'd seen them. Yeah. They said, oh, these are starting to show up in digital pictures now. They're called orbs. People have different explanations for them, but it's becoming kind of a thing. And I thought to myself, when I said to them, I want some, take my picture. So I stood at the edge of the clearing with the forest behind me. My friend took the picture. With excitement, I looked at it, nada, nothing, just me going, nothing. I'm going, well, damn. Let's try this again, please. Yeah. So, okay. I stood again, and just before my friend clicked the shutter on the camera, I had this spontaneous thought, and I did this all silently. I thought to myself, let me invite them. So in my thought and focusing on my heart, and I put my hand over my heart, I'm sure that the photographer was sitting there going, what is this guy doing? He's told me not to take the picture yet, but is he having a heart attack? Is he going to drop down in front of me?
Something going on.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gone. Oh, wow. All I wanted was a picture and the guy dies on me. Okay. No. I put my hand over my heart and silently with love, I said, I invite any beings of light on planet or off planet to join me in the picture.
Yeah.
And then I said to my friend, go ahead. And he clicked the shutter. And as he clicked the shutter on the camera, in a very playful way, I go, ta-da, like that, thrust my arm, ta-da. And I yelled at him. Then I said, did I get any orbs? And he goes, oh my God, you've got to see this. And the picture that Andy's going to show you is the result from my request.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
There you go.
I had a few of them show up, a few thousand.
Just handful.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that a few of us who are very scientifically oriented, I mentioned that, I had a degree in computer science and math, and I'm very left-brained. So I thought to myself, I looked at that and I was just gobsmacked, but I thought, okay, let's try to disprove this. Let's, what's the word? It'll come to me later, but let's just disprove this. So we used different cameras, different backgrounds. We took the volcanic dust at our feet, threw it in the air, took a picture. Like, did that produce those? And no matter what we tried for the next few minutes to debunk this, that's the word, debunk.
Yeah.
We could not repeat what you just saw. I took a picture after that and nothing showed up. So all that showed up when I made that request through my heart. I later took this picture to my spirit guides because with the help of my wife, I talked to my own guides. Many of us, all of us have guides, whether you want to talk to them or not. But I asked them about this and I said, this picture, dudes, is that you? And they said, yeah, that's us on planet and off planet. You've got friends across the universe. And they suggested that I keep that picture, fold it up, put it in my pocket so that whenever I felt lonely or depressed, to pull it out, look at it, and realize that I'm never alone.
Yeah.
And in that same spirit, I offer that picture to everyone who signs up for free on ETLetsTalk, and to your audience now. I offer it in the spirit of none of us is ever alone. It's not just about me. If I can do that, anybody can. I was just lucky enough to get this visual evidence in that moment that I come with a crowd, and it's a friendly one, and they're very helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing tomorrow, and it's not Christmas shopping.
Well, let's talk about that kind of a crowd.
Yeah, that's a better crowd. I need to try it. I just didn't, because I know you'd sent the photo and that obviously, and it was in the original email, but I didn't know the story behind it and how you got them in the picture with you, and that's what I was wanting to know.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you asked.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah,
really am.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never. And if you look at that picture, people have magnified it, and they claim that in some of these they can see faces, like in some given orb, and they'll circle it for me and send it to me, and I can kind of see a face. But your mind can make things up. But on the other hand, if I'm going to go as far as believing that these orbs are all from this planet, from another planet, that they're for real, then how much harder is it to believe there's a face in there, that there's a being scrunched up?
I can see
don't know.
things in them.
I can see orbs in orbs. So if you look at the picture now, as we're looking at face on, so we're looking at your right hand, which is on our left.
Yeah.
There's an orb direct in a straight line. There's like a bluey green one.
Yeah.
Just to the right of that, like going towards you, it looks like there's like 3 orbs in an orb. It could even a person,
looks like a pussycat's face to me.
It looks like a person, like head and shoulders.
Really?
Yeah, I can see that as well, but it also looks like a pussycat's face.
See what I mean?
But it just looks like
bubbles.
Like bubbles. Like
I know.
3-dimensional bubbles.
I know.
You see a lot of orbs in photos. A lot of them look flat and 2D.
Yeah.
But these don't. These stand out so much.
Yeah. And now if you look at my feet, I'm wearing my black sweatpants, and I have size, I know this probably may not mean, unless you're on the American system, size 11 shoes. So they're big. I'm 6 foot tall, right? I don't see my shoes. I can't find my feet.
Sorry, but I'm looking. I thought you had like moccasins on, but it's not. It's an orb covering you.
No, those are orbs, and
it looks like just the position of the one on your left foot. It actually looks like
my foot is bigger than that, though, and on my right foot. And I'm being playful with that. I really, that's neither here nor there. My feet aren't showing. Oh, well, maybe I started dematerializing off planet and I just stopped it just in time before I left. I don't know. That's a joke.
Well, that is just...
It's amazing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And the thing is, what I really want to... Not only is it a cool story because of how it happened, but really the takeaway I want for your audience is you're not alone.
No.
You may think you are when you're down and all that. And I have my ups and downs like anybody else. And I do look at that picture and I go, okay, thanks for the reminder. And by the way, I'm not beyond looking at that picture and going, hey, I could use a little help here. I have this situation. Are any of you out there like specialists in this thing here that can kind of give me a hand here?
Yeah. So
I don't get a straight on answer or anything, so I never know, but I like to have fun with it. And I hope that in the spirit of kind of joy and mirth and laughter, that if they're listening to that, they're laughing with me too instead of laughing at me.
Yeah,
listen to that fool. He thinks we're going to help him.
We're just orbs.
We're just orbs, just like. Now we're gone.
Do you ever look at that picture, even now after so long, and just think, wow, that was me with all them different beings?
And I'm glad, how you can have experiences maybe 30, 40 years later, and you say to yourself, did that really happen to my younger self? Well, I know it did. I have memories. But sometimes I have memories where I'm not sure if the thing that I'm remembering really happened or was just something I made up and was fantasizing about every now and then.
Yeah.
My point is, I've got this picture now. If I'm ever going to doubt myself, well, number one, I have 9 other witnesses that were there, although I've lost contact with all of them. But I've got the picture, right? And that's my proof that I didn't imagine this. And it's also some solace. You know, that, you know,
And
I've got friends, and if I've got friends, you've got friends too.
Yeah.
The fact that you tried to debunk it as well by the desert dust and everything else.
And that.
Yeah.
We didn't just take it that there were orbs and that was that. You tried to debunk it there and then. So
Yeah. I could not live with myself if I didn't try to debunk it.
No.
Because other people will come at you who don't want to believe anything, and I at least want to say, well, I made the effort to debunk it. If you can do a better job than I can, well, go ahead. Give me an explanation that makes sense. But the picture before that and the picture after produced nothing. Same spot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you've got proof for yourself, regardless of what anyone else thinks or believes.
Yeah.
You know in your mind that what happened in that moment happened to you, regardless of anything else that was going on.
And that goes back to be your own authority, right? That's what I tell I'm practicing what I tell everyone to do is trust your own knowing and your own higher self. And you're right, Andy. Thank you for that. Whether anyone believes you is not really material. If you really believe it and it's right and you're acting on it, and it lifts you, because what that picture does, it lifts me. I mean, it's not only like a weird little cool story. There's real emotional content to that. Like, oh my God, I asked in love with a vibration of love, and this is what was attracted and came back to me. It's matching energy. It's love energy. And not only are these cool little orbs with maybe faces in them, I can tell cool stories on podcasts and stuff, but they're my friends. It's just as if I had a group of human beings that I can see and touch and interact with who are friends.
That would be a bit claustrophobic with all those people, though.
Well,
kind of like,
that's right, all piled up on top of each other. Yeah.
Especially if they're all talking at once.
All you need is the loo.
All right, please stop.
Yeah, really. Mute.
Yeah.
I like it.
But it's like, now I know the story behind it. I look at that picture, I'm going to put it up again, and I get proper goosebumps.
Goosey, yeah.
It's like, it's just so fascinating. And
you see, down we've got
it's like, sorry, Deb, just going to say, they're like in a circle. So they're not spiraling, but do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like a ring light, they just they're round.
Yeah.
Is that? Do you get what I mean?
And it looks like there's depth. There's those in front. There's some behind. Some behind those.
Because you've got there's a big one in the center, which is like half on your jacket. It's like on your chest, on your shoulder, like just below your shoulder.
I wonder if that one is. Well, that's nearly where my heart is, but my heart's on, I guess, center to the left on the other side. But maybe there's some significance to that one being there. Maybe not. Hey, there's a significance to like 1,000 of them showing up like that. I may never know all the reasons or who they are, but
that one on your jacket could have been checking to see if you had an inside pocket.
Maybe they were picking my pocket. My passport was gone. Hey, I had some cash with me. Where's my credit cards? Wait a minute. Come back,
Orbs.
Please.
I was just going to say, we've got an abbey down the road from us. It's about less than a mile away, Kirkstall Abbey. And I once took a photograph inside because they've put gates up now. But I took a photograph inside and I had like a rainbow of orbs. And I was really, really chuffed because I thought, I've got orbs. But then somebody went, oh, no, it's some sort of camera anomaly. But I mean, that isn't a camera anomaly. That's yours isn't. But mine was because they're all in like a perfect arc.
No, I understand. Whenever one uses a camera and you're pointing at or near the sun, be very aware that
this was at night, actually.
Sun dogs and flashes, lots of things can happen that are genuine optical artifacts.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, it was at night. I think the light was bouncing off something because it's not lit up inside. It's all dark. So I was just sort of pointing into the.
I see.
But somebody said, no, it's some sort of anomaly with your camera. I'm like, and it was perfect because the orbs started big and they went in a rainbow, but kind of went smaller.
Yeah, when they line up like that, there's a clue that there's some intention there. It's not just random stuff or a random artifact.
Yeah.
Unless there's, I don't know, but try to repeat it for one thing. That's the scientific method, if you can.
Yeah, that's an idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to go down one night.
Yeah, that's a good excuse is to try that again.
Go tonight.
And you might be surprised. They might give you something new if it is genuine.
I'll wait till I'm a bit better before I go trotting down there in the dark.
You'll be fine.
Well, yeah. Take some protection with you. Some people. Yeah.
Definitely.
Crowbar and hammer.
Yeah. My two friends.
Just in case nobody else shows up.
Yeah. Right. Next question from Justin Apple. How do you know these telepathic beings are not being deceitful and relaying false information?
Because I check with what I know. I go into meditation and I test the ideas. I test the feelings that came. And if I start getting a creepy factor or feeling weird in my stomach or something, that would be a sign to me that this is low vibrational stuff.
Yeah. So
again, at the risk of repeating myself too much, is I check in with myself. I'm glad that people ask questions like that because there are, in my metaphysical world, this again, my belief system, it's all about vibration. It's what Nikola Tesla said, this is all about vibration. There are lower vibration entities. Life is everywhere at all levels. Yeah. And no, you don't want to open yourself up to lower vibes, but you have the control over that. When I do the protocols, I go into my heart, I in my spiritual tradition or whatever tradition you have, you can ask for your protection. Whether it's a personage or a group of persons or ETs on Earth, wherever, if you feel the need to surround yourself with that protection, do it. I do it. And I can ensure that when I go into my heart and have feelings of love and welcome and vibration, lower vibrations cannot deal with that. They cannot rise to that. Right. So in essence, that is my own protection too, outside of anyone else that I'm asking to come in and be with me.
Yeah.
So I'm confident that I'm getting good high results. And if I weren't, like I said, I test it, and I recommend you do the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, we've lost Andy.
No, press the wrong button. Ignore me.
Honestly.
Oh, we thought you had teleported somewhere else.
I've gone from left to right. All right.
No. I almost saw you here in my living room. Was that you?
Shh! Don't tell anyone.
Your secret power. Okay.
Yes.
Superpowers.
Not so secret anymore.
No,
not so much.
You've done it live.
Damn. Should have planned that a bit better, shouldn't I?
I hate it when that happens, when your superpower just gets exposed to the world, Don't you hate it when that happens?
Not even got my costume on or nothing.
That'd have been more embarrassing. You watching you put your tights on.
It's worse when I try to take them off. Oh.
Right. Have we got time for?
Have we got time for one more, Kosta?
Yes, I do.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Cool. Right.
Super.
We'll do this one from Rick Allen. Yes. Rick would like to know how many different types of alien has Kosta encountered?
I'm not always able to identify them by label or name, but I would say that I know about, that I've consciously communicated with.
Yeah.
Probably half a dozen different types. From Sirius, some who are our future ancestors, called the Star Teachers, I'm in good contact with through a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Arcturians. And again, their labels don't matter. Some of them just don't even want to tell you because they know that human beings will grab onto a label and then twist it and turn it and use it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Sometimes what they'll say is, okay, here's a generic name, but what's really important is the content of their communication. Not so much who they are or where they're from, although, of course, that's interesting to us humans. but really it's the message that they're trying to convey, which is y'all better learn to love one another and fix your problems, or you'll fall apart. But again, they don't think that we will, and they're working to make sure that we don't, working with us. Did that answer the question?
Yes,
I'm not
thank
sure.
you. Yes, we got a thank you from Rick.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So we have hit our 1 hour timeline.
And there we go. Got another comment there from Michelle.
Yes.
Please come back in again. Yes.
Oh, okay. Just for you, Michelle. I'll do that.
Yeah, not for us, just for you.
No. You guys, I'll do it for you guys. You're pretty cool.
Cool. Thank you.
And you don't even have to buy me a Christmas present.
That's brilliant.
I'm not very materialistic.
No, that's good. No, we've really enjoyed you coming on.
We'll save your questions.
It's been, I've already took photos. That's what I was doing when I went off camera.
Right.
So it'd be great to get you back on in the new year.
Yes, it would.
Sure.
I'll sort that out with you.
Yeah.
I'll try to find some more cool stories.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Because for me, it's all about the experiences. This is not theory. I mean, you can talk about theory, this and that, but what's more fun than listening to something that happened to somebody that maybe you trust, that you believe? And
yeah, definitely.
I know I do that.
Yeah.
I listen to people's stories.
Yeah, I love it.
Right. So massive thank you for Kosta coming on.
You.
Me and Deb are going to stay on for a few minutes more because we've got a couple of updates.
Yes.
About stuff that we've got in the next couple of weeks and what we've not got going on in the next couple of weeks. Because we're having a couple of Fridays off for Christmas and New Year.
Yes.
So get to watch Friday night TV and see how rubbish and pathetic that is.
All the rubbish you can handle. Instead of all this meaningful stuff, you've got to take a break.
Well,
it's trash TV.
Yeah.
That's it.
But no, it's been amazing, honestly.
Yes,
the photos, because it's the other photo that you sent that we didn't get to talk about, but we can do that next time if that's okay with you.
To do what? I
kept Harate.
Oh, Harate. Oh,
Harate.
Yeah. And I've also got the video of the two. There's a story behind that, and there's the two starships there that I sent to you. There's a story there too.
Excellent. We can cover that next time.
Yeah, I'll keep all them on.
Okay.
So we'll know where we're at, and we'll just do a continuation from here if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So,
thank you
so much. If I'll message you in the next couple of days. Is that okay?
Yes.
And then we'll just go from there.
Yeah, that works. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you letting me talk so much.
No, it's been great. I loved listening to you.
And have a great weekend.
Yes.
And the same to you. And enjoy your Christmas shopping.
Can't wait. All right.
Talk to you later.
Right. Take it easy.
You will. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. That was awesome.
Brilliant.
I didn't want him to go. Huh? I wanted him to stay all night.
No, all night for like 3 hours.
Well, not forever. I thought an hour for what he sent me will be spot on. Be the perfect time. But it was just the detail that he's gone into. And honestly, people, that these ETLetsTalk.com, the emails you get, it's not a lot of, not brainwashing, but it's not you need to do this, you need to do that. It's all open, it's around the world. He's got something like 100,000 people signed up to it.
Yeah.
And people meet up in all different places and they share experiences and all that. And it's just fascinating, the information on it.
The way he was talking, it sounds like you could kind of like from that, you could set your own little group up and still be in that.
Yeah. So you can set up your own little group and do your stuff. And then you contact other people around the world, not just in whatever country you're in, and go from there. You're right.
Okay.
I see no ships.
I thought I saw something wandering about, and I thought Bob was on the settee, but he's not. But it didn't look like Bob. But anyway,
it's not me. I'm still here. But honestly, you guys want, if you sign up to that, It's all capitals.
Yeah.
So it's ETLetsTalk.com. Just sign up to it, and if you don't like you said, bin it off. It's entirely up to you. But it is very interesting. So,
hang on.
and they do a lot of CE5 as well. Yes.
Like he's just said, if you sign up to Kosta's email, you get a CE5 worldwide map. It even
Yes,
shows
you
up on
do.
Google Maps, which you go anywhere. Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
Sounds good.
It does. So,
Yes.
so who we got on next week, Deborah? Who's on next week?
I've been ill.
Don't care. Joe's got a new knee.
Can't remember.
And she knows. Oh, she probably doesn't. She don't even know who she is.
She won't know.
Nobody.
Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody.
Oh. Shall I get Bob on?
You can do, but I won't be here. Going out for a meal.
I'll do my own with Bob. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, even he won't be there. He'll be out fixing someone's car.
He came home covered in oil again the other day behind his ear. I'm like, oh,
there
God.
you go.
He's had his spanners out again.
Brake pipes, the lot. So
that's why our car's cost us a bloody fortune. He's been taking it apart in front.
He's doing it, charging cat pounds. Don't even know what we're talking about. Right, so next week we have nothing. 14th, which is Wednesday. Hopefully, I need to message them both this weekend. Dan Baldwin and George Sewell should be coming on. Then 2 weeks today, it should be Ryan me.
Yes, not Ryan and you. It's
no,
Ryan. Me.
And his surname,
Ryan me.
Double E.
Yes.
Then, because of what happened last week with Terry Lynch, her internet went down completely, and it didn't come back on till yesterday.
No.
I received an email letting me know that she's only just got it sorted.
Nearly a week.
Yeah, that's bad. So it just completely went off, and she's not been able to do anything. Yeah. So she's finally got it back up and running, and we will do a continuation from that. Might even scrap that one and start again from the beginning.
Yeah.
And just go from there and see what it is. So we've got Terry on Wednesday. Then we've got the Christmas special on the 23rd. Then nothing on the Friday because it's New Year.
Yeah.
And there won't be any fit state. Week after is Preston Dennett and Dolly Saffron.
Mm-hmm.
Then the following Wednesday is Steve-O and Bazza.
Steve and Bazza.
Yeah, so they're coming on. Then we have a surprise guest on the 13th.
Yes.
Unlucky for some.
We do. It's not unlucky for me because that's one of my numbers.
Yeah. And then we have the brainwasher, MK Ultraman himself, Eric Mintle.
Yeah. The one that makes people buy things, isn't he, Andy?
Do you know he nearly made me buy Yoda?
God.
But I got outbid, so I didn't bother.
I can't see E.T. there. Have you thrown him out?
No, he's under the monitor. Because he does the heading.
Yeah.
We should be having, again, Leslie Mitchell-Clark and Wesley Roberts on the 25th of January. That, people, is going to be the last one we do on a Wednesday.
Yes.
We will then be going back to Fridays only.
Yeah.
The only time I'm going to be doing a Wednesday one is if we go out doing a live investigation on TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be YouTube. It's not going to be StreamYard or anything like that. It's just going to be TikTok. So we have 4 Wednesdays, and that's it. And then we have a 4-part. Oh,
special February.
Yes, 3rd of March. Umbra's not in tonight, is he?
No, he ain't actually. No.
Oh, it's all right. Umbra was supposed to be coming on the 3rd, but I double booked him. So we've got Michael Kopf and Michelle Gray coming on.
Yes.
That's the 3rd of March, and that's the last guest we've got booked in for next year. So I need to get on it and start getting people in. So I will be messaging Costa and sorting something out.
Oh, excuse me.
There's going to be a few Fridays we're not going to be doing anything, like Good Friday and Like
Yeah.
the bank holiday weekend Fridays. Because
Good Friday, you've got to spend it eating
fish and cake and chocolate
eggs.
and anything.
Chocolate
Swan,
eggs.
whatever you want.
Baked swan.
Oh, I'll grill it. I'm not an animal.
Okay.
So we are going to be having a few Fridays off from out next year, more than we have this year.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to message Heidi. It's all right, I know what that's about. Also, Michael Kopf is doing a new podcast. He's linking up with some lady from the UK.
Yeah.
So that the first show is on the 19th of January. Have a guess who the first guest is?
I don't know.
Have a guess.
Is it Kosta Makreas?
No. Try again.
Is it Space Cadet Lottie?
Yeah, that's the one.
Right, sorted. Would it be you, Andy?
It is. And that's UK time. That's 7:30. He has told me the name of it. I cannot remember without looking at my phone.
Okay.
Do apologise. But so we've got 4 Wednesdays left and then nothing. And then it's just going to be Fridays. Jumping back to February, we have a 4-parter. I've also found the things that I need to watch, and it's something like 42 hours worth of...
Yeah, it is, yeah.
42 hours worth of footage that I also have to remember.
We've got to do some cramming.
Cramming?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cramming up.
Yeah. A lot of pen, a lot of paper, a lot of pen, a lot of ink.
I've got myself
a lot of paper.
I've got myself a book sorted out for me now.
Can we give him any clues?
No.
Anything?
No.
Not even the person?
No.
The human?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Well,
human.
It might not be, I don't know. He, she, they.
You remember that dog off What's Her Faces? That's Life. That said sausages. That's who we've got coming on.
I don't think that person will take that as a compliment, to be honest.
Probably not.
But
I don't.
One sec. The person coming on does have a good story about something that somebody else seen, and it was being chased by a bird.
So,
well, I've been speaking to this person quite a lot over the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. And they were telling me something that they got a report in about something that had happened.
Right.
I'm not going to go into the story because it's not for me to tell.
No.
This person was driving a car and something was being chased by a bird.
Oh.
And that's all I'm going to tell you on that. So I'm going to force that person to tell you.
Do you mean something was chasing a bird?
No, this bird was chasing something. And it was only a little bird. It's only like a starling or something.
Was it a were-rabbit?
No, it was a bird. I don't know where the rabbit was. What are you talking about? Kelly's foot was it? Was it? I can't even see. It's not even funny, but that's funny. Was it a worm? No, it wasn't a worm. Well, that would be hilarious if it was.
It would actually, because that'd have to be a bloody fast worm.
Oh.
Racing worm.
Wow. It's like a racing pigeon, but
yeah.
without the wings. Oh, God. So, yeah. So, we have 4 episodes, 2.5 hour each episode.
Yes.
10 hours, 3 hosts, 1 topic.
Yes.
And it's going to be good.
It is.
And it's going to be even better if any of us remember any of what we're going to be talking about.
Instead of just sitting there and going.
Well, I've done a lot, not research, but I've listened to a lot of podcasts and watched a lot of programs, everything on it anyway.
Yeah.
It is it's kind of well known, but if you go into detail, it's not.
Yeah.
Is it really?
No. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye.
Yes.
Yes.
If it's UFOs, I'm be away.
And be aware. Oh, okay.
Can I have that in English, Joe?
No, that's morphine talk. Joe smacked up to her tits on morphine.
Yeah. Oh, because of an ingrowing toenail. I still don't get it.
Don't get it, yeah.
So going back to Kosta,
Yes.
if you go in the description of this on YouTube, all his links are in there. So the links that you've got are for ETLetsTalk.com, ETLetsTalk.com GC5, his Facebook group, and his TikTok at ETLetsTalk. So all 4 of them links are in there. Should we show the video that he sent? Same hair, 6 sunglasses on. Would it be worth showing the video of the 2 starships, or should we wait for him?
No, we'll wait for him because then he can talk us through it.
Yeah,
because we don't know the story behind it, really, do we? So
there is people talking.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to put this picture up again. This is my new sheep squatch video.
Sheep squat. Oh,
This one. That.
Not that. That.
But it's like they're not spiraling.
No.
It's like like you have rings on a tree when you cut through it. It's that. Do you know what I mean? Like ring with an outer ring and more, just a load of rings.
You can see the depth.
The depth, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
some are in the foreground, some are behind that, and
blowing bubbles.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Because if it was dust, the light would be bouncing off pretty much all of them, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not just a handful of them.
The different sizes and the different, like,
distance.
No, what's the word? No.
Like you could climb inside the photo.
Yeah. Different transparencies is what I meant to say. Some of them are like really full, and other ones are kind of transparent-y. And
some are like very dense. The density of it.
If you look at the one that's as we're looking at it, to the very far right in the middle at the edge, it looks like that gong off it. Is it Rank Films?
What?
Have
you been borrowing Joel's morphine or what? What are you on about?
The beginning of them old films where they used to hit the gong.
Oh, the gong.
Yeah, it looks like one of them.
They're like Sinbad, the Eye of the Tiger and all that.
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
It's the beginning bit, like where on MGM the lion roars. I think it was Rank where they used to hit the gong.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. I know.
And it looks like the gong.
Story about that lion.
Thank you, Kelly.
Can I tell you a story about that lion?
Was it cross-eyed?
No, the day after they filmed that, it killed the trainer.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that. Well, I don't actually remember it because I'd have to be about 8.
Was you there?
It was me that went, get him.
Yeah. Oh, this was it as well. Another update. So where we're doing the free, so we have a guest on, go out and do an investigation, then it's me and you in the studio.
Yeah.
With the one with me and you in the studio, we're going to go a little bit off topic. It's not just going to be paranormal. We're going to bring like what we started doing before. A bit like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Just talking about anything that's funny. So, Deborah, why did you have to...
Oh, Rick wanted to know what a hippie smelled like.
Oh, what?
Rick wanted to know what a hippie smelled like.
Oh.
Well, ones I've come across smell like that. Lottie don't, because Lottie doesn't look like a hippie. But yeah.
Nice. And yeah, completely thrown off topic.
That's it now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyone fancy a pancake?
God, that looks like a hideous scab that he's picked off.
Anyway, have you seen that new thing that's in the Tate?
No.
Or is it the Louvre?
Have you got all these lined up? That's
No.
my
Yeah, I have it.
That's my best green man, that.
But you
And
can even sign it. That could be anyone.
You've got the real one.
Well, that could be Picasso.
And I signed it.
You could have stole that and then you stuck your name on it afterwards.
Yeah, because I'm a random art thief.
Hey, you are. Told you. I knew you was up to no good. That's why the car broke.
Yeah.
Jumping the sleeping policeman round Bradford
Yeah, flying over him.
with your £8.50 picture from B&M of New York skyline with the yellow cab at the bottom.
I know, I'm thinking that I've run out.
Oh. Yeah, so next week, our guest is going to be Pencil Face.
Have you seen what? I can't believe Kelly's just said that. I thought Kelly were my mate. That's it now.
Imagine
So
if,
again now.
Think about it. Imagine if she wasn't your mate.
Well, yeah, there is that, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Special needs.
Wait.
Now what are you doing? What is that?
Blackpool Tower, but did you know it's in the sea?
Is it?
I had to draw the sea at the bottom to know it was Blackpool.
What happens now if it floods? That's a premonition.
It's not a drawing.
No. If the sea comes up and washes up over the road.
Up the curb?
Up the curb, over the tram lines.
Yeah.
Over the other bit of road into the buildings. That's a premonition then.
But there could be sand dunes.
There could be sand dunes.
No,
I've been in the back streets of Blackpool when there's been piles of sand that have blown off the beach.
Can we move on from that subject, please?
Why?
What are you doing in back streets in Blackpool?
Going on a pub crawl.
All right, let you off.
Yeah, I was like walking up and down sand dunes. I thought I was actually drunk, but I wasn't. I was traversing the sand in the back streets.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it was windy.
Was it?
Couldn't get a comb.
Was you doing an app? Did you have an open evening?
Yeah, for me, one piece of art.
The sand dune pencil face man of Blackpool.
Yeah, well, we have. It's just jealousy. It's just jealousy because you've got no talent.
Hey, show them the picture I drew.
I forgot where it is.
Not in the bin.
I ran out of
smouldering at the bottom.
I ran out of loo roll, sorry. It is around somewhere. I don't know where to put it.
No, don't bother. Please don't show that.
Oh, I found it, Andy.
I was drunk.
How amazing.
There we go. Yeah.
There's Andy. And he's even signed it for me, look.
I have.
You can't see that.
Don't show me signature, so no copy that.
It's got to be squashed. I'm eyeing it.
But I had been drinking white spirit meths and
yeah, out of a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what we've got. So we've got 6 minutes left because we can't do 2 hours of this.
No, because I'll just be coughing everywhere.
Yeah. Anybody any ideas of what we could be doing for next year? I know we've got guests and doing investigations and so on and so on, but if anyone's got any ideas or things of what we could do, please don't say don't bother coming back on.
Yeah. Pack it in while you're ahead.
Yeah. Oh, you're not even ahead.
Yeah.
Pack it in and stop the nonsense.
Yeah, like topics we could like if me and Andy are in a studio. Sorry, I nearly knocked me bloody over.
Nickname said dry more crap pics.
Yeah.
Do that.
What do you mean crap?
Hey.
She's talking about yours there.
No, definitely yours.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And do you know how I know?
My green man.
Hey?
Debate night. Teams to put forward alternate point. Put that away. Put it away. No, not that one.
Which
Curly
one do you want?
creepy.
That or that?
No, curly creepy thing. I'm going to look out my window one day and that's going to be coming up my garden.
I reckon we should do what when Nickname and Joe were on, when we draw psychokinesis.
No. Telepathy.
Yeah, it's psychokinesis where you're thinking. What's that then?
It's telepathy.
Yeah, so you got to draw what someone else is thinking. I think we should do that, but try it.
What?
Like do it like fully concentrate.
Yeah.
I want to do one where I'm using the pendulum and the chart.
Why?
Why not? Something different.
Yeah, but you can't really see it on screen.
You can because of. I was going to hold the camera up then and show you the new stand that the camera's on.
Yeah, don't do that because you won't be able to see it.
No, but I can't because the camera's on it.
That's what I mean.
So all we're doing is picking it up and moving it. Anyway, it's on a tripod and the head tilts 90 degrees, so it would be pointing down. I think we should do that.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do it for 10 minutes. I don't mean a full 2 hours of me with a pendulum.
Go for that.
Lads, even I'd be bored out of me mind.
You've only got my pajamas on.
No, I'm talking like 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll move on, do something else. Do like 3-4 topics, a show or something.
Yeah. Yeah, like
good.
Yeah.
Great spot. That is good to watch. Any spot not good.
Not good, I mean.
Yeah,
get it right first time, Rick. Come on.
Too late. First answers only. Yes, and trying to get hold of a medium to come out investigating.
Right.
There's somebody that I know that this person knows everyone. If you need to get in contact with a person of a certain criteria, they know them.
Right.
So they've said that they'll get them, and this person has agreed that they'll do it, but it's just waiting for them to do it. They're being regressed live.
No, me doing regression.
No, I think you being regressed would be better.
Oh, yeah, it would, but I don't know anybody that would regress me. There are few and far between a regression therapist, you know. That's why I need to be getting signed up.
Right. Quick fire for everyone at home of second time guests coming on the show. So first one, Jessica Jones.
Is that a yay or a nay?
I want thumbs up or thumbs down.
Right. Come on, people.
Come on.
Jessica Jones, yay or nay?
Yeah. It's like pulling teeth, isn't it?
I know, yeah. I don't know why you bothered.
I know.
Yeah. Michelle's a yay. Nickname's thinking about it.
Not a lot to think about.
Joe says yay. Andy says yay.
Right.
Scotty says yay. Yeah,
right, that's it. That'll do. Jodie Cook.
Mr. Dogman himself.
The North America Dogman Project.
Yes.
Federal agent or police officer.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, Mike's done sneaky there, Mike. I like that. 2 thumbs.
Oh, yes.
Right, yeah.
Next one, the Kinsellas.
Oh, yeah.
One each or both?
Well, they can't do that. How are they going to do a thumbs up for each or both?
You do 2 for both of them or 1 for one of them.
Yeah, but then how do we know which one?
We just pick one at random.
Right, they're all putting 2 thumbs up, both of them.
Right, to both of them.
Yeah.
So the Kinsellas, Jodie Cook, Jessica Jones.
Yes.
Vincent Richardson from Lon Strickler's Monsters and Phantoms or Phantoms and Monsters. Because you didn't get to meet him, did you?
No, I didn't get to do it. He's messaged me Said he was sorry he missed me, but I was.
Well, he said he wants to come back on. I know there's a lot of stuff going on at home because he just had the baby and everything.
Has he?
Well, the baby's about
Imagine.
4-5 months old. Probably a bit older than that now. Alice, but he calls her Button.
Oh. A man having a baby, though.
Nathaniel Gillis. Preston Dennett's coming back on nickname. Shut your face. Tobias.
I've got somebody on Facebook called Tobias. I'm sure I have. Anyway, we'll look into that. Andy's writing it down in his own special way.
I'm not. I'm just... Might draw a picture of it all. Then we'd never know who's coming on.
No, we won't have a clue. Not a clue.
No idea. So, right. Yeah, get them on.
Yes.
So,
right.
It's every 3 weeks. So, that's 7. So, there's 3 months.
Yeah.
We've got March, April, May started.
Yep.
No,
Perfectamundo.
Eat the crayons.
Can I go now? Because I really need to blow my nose.
No, you have to wait.
My head's hurting.
It's okay. Right, no, we are going to go.
Yeah, we are going to go.
We will see you guys in 2 weeks. And hopefully, we'll have a get. So Ryan will be on. If Ryan's still with us, can you give us a thumbs up that you are going to be coming on? Like I said, we've nothing on next week. It should be 2 the week after. 2 the week after that.
Coming on. We've got Steve Mera coming back.
Yeah, we've got Steve Mera and Barry Fitzgerald are coming on in January.
Go check out the website.
Yeah, check the website. Check
it out.
Yeah, just a website, isn't it? I even go on YouTube and it's got a list of everyone who we've got coming on.
Yeah.
We're all public now, so.
Sure.
The only one that we're not showing is Friday the 13th. That's our deepest, darkest secret.
Who is Jonathan Robinson Lindis? I've not heard of these people.
No.
Another one is writing down with his big crayons. We'll sure find
Get Joe's old neon.
Hey?
Get Joe's old.
I remember.
During the war. Which one? The bow. Sorry, Joe.
American Civil.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Right. Gone 9 o'clock. Right, we're going. So have a wonderful 2 weeks, guys.
Have a nice weekend as well.
Hopefully by then I'll have got over tomorrow's trauma.
I'll see you on Sunday at 3 on my video because I've moved it to 3 because I want to watch the England match. So there. And I'll see you on Monday on Eric Von Essex.
Yes, and possibly I might be doing a solo again, talking about Highgate Cemetery.
Yes.
But I will let you all know either text, email, or Facebook.
Yes.
So have a wonderful 2 weeks, and we will see you then.
We will.
And don't eat too many crayons, guys.
No.
It'll bung you up.
Yes.
And you know what happens when you eat too many crayons?
Yes.
You end up with drawings like this.
Take that back off now.
Okay.
Get it
and
off.
If you don't eat enough crayons,
no.
he'll come and get you.
Oh, God. I'm just going to have nightmares now. That's it.
You'll be fine. So, from Sheep Squatch, me and Deborah, have a great week or 2 or 10. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.